Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's Saturday. I just got home from doing some showings and I wanted to do a quick video on how I got into real estate. I have gotten a couple of questions about getting into real estate in general, and I have tried to film this video at least 3 times. So hopefully this one will be the one. Back in 2016, I was working a corporate job, a 9-to-5 downtown Chicago as a foreclosure paralegal for a law firm, and the job was great. It was okay money, but I was not for corporate life. Like that 9-to-5, being stuck in an office all day long, I was literally like, I'm too cute to be stuck in this office all day. I couldn't do it. Sometimes I would go to lunch and sit by the river and just think like, what if I just don't go back? I had always had a love for like those HGTV renovation shows, those flipping shows and stuff like that. And that's something that I always wanted to get into, but never really knew where to start. So around my 25th birthday, I decided I am going to sign up and get a real estate license. Like that should be a good starting point for me. I found a class. I went online, found a class. The class was like around $600, and for 5 weeks, 5 consecutive Saturdays, all day, you had to take these classes, you had to pass a test, and then you had to register to take like the state and national tests. I took the courses. I passed the little class test that they give you, which is nothing. Then I studied. Y'all, I studied so hard. I had my real estate book. It was all marked up, highlighted, notes, studied every single day. Every day that I came home, after I came home from work, I studied for the state national test. I registered to take the test, go downtown to take it, and I failed. Yeah, most people fail that test the first time they take it, and I didn't know that. So I reached out to someone that I knew that was already an agent and was just like, how do you pass this test? Because the questions on that test, I'm like, I didn't even recognize a lot of the information from anything that we covered in class. So I'm like, how do you pass this test? I went online, signed up for this study guide, took a bunch of practice tests. I just like took test after test after test after test until finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this another shot. I register again, pay again to take the next state national test, and this time I passed. I was so happy about passing this test that the guy who gave me my test results, I literally grabbed him and hugged him. I literally grabbed this man that I don't know and hugged him because I was so happy about passing this test. And he was like,
can I get another hug?
Creep. So I passed the test. Then I had to find a brokerage home. At the time where I was living, there was a brokerage that was right across the street from my apartment building. And it was actually a rental office that had just got bought out by Coldwell Banker. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Coldwell Banker. They're an international brokerage. They're very, very well known. So at that time, they had just bought Chicago Apartment Finders and had an office right across the street from my apartment building. So I went over there to the office. I spoke to the manager and said, hey, like, I want to become an agent and I would love to be at this office. The good thing about starting off in a rental office was that I was the only broker. Everybody else was a leasing agent. You can't do any sales if you just have a leasing license. You have to have a broker's license to be able to lease and sell. So if any kind of sale came into that office, I would be the one to get it because I'm the only broker there, right? So the setup was going to be perfect. And I remembered from my real estate classes that my instructor said to expect your first sale within the first 90 days after you become a broker. It's not true. It's not true. The chances of that happening are kind of slim. unfortunately, and I did not know that. The reality is that a lot of people do not last in this industry as a full-time agent, especially as a full-time agent, because you kind of come in with these expectations that you're going to become a licensed broker, and then you're just going to start making these sales and cashing these checks. But unfortunately, it does not always happen that way unless you're already like connected some kind of way to some kind of seller or buyer pool. When you're a new agent, you have to come into this game ready to hustle, okay? You have to come into the game ready to hustle, ready to know what rejection feels like, ready to step outside of your comfort zone. Like, especially for me, I'm a naturally shy person, and people do not believe me when I say that. But I'm a naturally shy person, so I definitely had to step out of my comfort zone if I wanted to make real estate like a real career for me. I got my broker's license April of 2016, and I started off as a part-time agent, meaning just like doing stuff on the weekends because I was still in my corporate job. And then fast forward to August of 2016, my office, the law firm that I was working for, had a mass layoff, and I was a part of the layoff. So I came to work, and one by one, people were getting called into the HR office, and people were crying, people were sobbing, people were hugging. When I got called in, I'm telling you, like, I was literally at peace. When they told me that my position had been terminated, I was just like, okay. I went to my desk, got my purse, and left, because I felt like it was a sign from God, like, this is not for you. You're meant for something else. So I left that office, went straight to my brokerage, and told them I would be here full time. I didn't care at that time. I didn't care what I had to do. I didn't care if I had to clean apartments, wash cars, drive Uber, whatever, just so that I could make this real estate career work and not have to take another corporate job. So I came into the game ready to hustle, ready to do whatever it took to be successful. I did not get my first sale for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years I did not make a sale, but I was doing a lot of rentals in between then, and rentals is a great way to start off. The money is good, and you are like getting your feet wet really in the real estate game. So I did rentals for 2 years before I ever sold anything. Just is what it is. I have been a realtor now for 6 years. And I can say that if you do not have a real passion for this industry, then getting a real estate license is probably not a good avenue for you, because there's so much that goes into just having the broker's license. Like, you have to pay for the class. So the class was $600. You have to pay to take that state and national test, which is another $40 to $50. Then you have to pay to become a part of the Realtors Association. So when you become a part of the Realtors Association, you can officially call yourself a realtor, and it gives you access to the MLS, which is where all of our listings go. That's where all of our real estate listings go. So you have to have access to the MLS in order to be a successful agent, or to even be able to really operate, you know, as an agent. And that membership is like $1,200 per year. Yeah. And not only that, you're paying $1,200 per year just to be a part of the Realtors Association. And in between there is a lot of continuing education courses that you have to take, which can be another $150 to $250. It seems like every time you turn around, there is something that you have to pay for in order to maintain your broker's license. So that's why I say, if you do not have a passion for this industry, then, you know, there are a lot of different other avenues that you can take to get into real estate. I think that I'm going to do a real estate series on, like, you know, different topics, like how to get your first sale, how to maintain yourself as an agent. You know, maybe I'll do one on different aspects of real estate that you can get into without having a broker's license, if that's something that you guys are interested in. But however I can be a blessing or inspiration or help to any of you guys, I am here for it. So if you guys have any questions about real estate in general, any specific topics that you want me to touch on, please leave me a comment below and I will gladly make a video on that. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I hope you all have a prosperous week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.